Not to mention the fact that we are responsible for indoctrinating children with our woke inclusive agenda. That's the main one.
We're gonna stop woke.
Welcome everyone. Today we're going to be talking about the crazy amount of demonization of queer people within media.
Everything woke really does turn to crap, doesn't it?
Okay, so if this is just a slight disclaimer, if you are the type of person that hates queer people down to your core, down to your roots, I'm here to give you a well-needed reality check. Okay, I'm just gonna say things how it is. No hate, no tea, no shade. There's a famous quote that says, the best way to control a group of people that are in discourse is to give them a common enemy to hate. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Now I'm going to take this back to the beginning.
Generation Z is gay.
Now all of this, call me a conspiracy theorist if you want to, but ever since Gen Z came about, there was discourse within the masses. Because out of nowhere, there was a whole generation of people that were not okay with being emotionally, physically abused by their parents anymore.
Let's have a discussion about Gen Z and victim mentality.
Not only that, marriage rates started declining, divorce rates were increasing, birth rates were declining, religious views were going down, traditional views were going down, and the masses were definitely panicking because people kept saying, oh, you know what, the next generation is clearly doomed, there's clearly something wrong with them.
Mainstream media is finally discovering that Gen Z is doomed.
Like, they were so afraid of the huge extent of change that came with our generation. And not only that, but the patriarchy was truly crumbling. Women were becoming breadwinners. Women were becoming the leaders of their households, the head of the families. Women were getting educated, getting jobs, making money. This was not a normal thing within other generations.
We need to bring back stay-at-home wives. Women are just not meant to work these soul-sucking 9-to-5 corporate desk jobs, working 40 hours a week in a cubicle.
And I'm sure that the higher ups noticed this because everybody knows that if you control the masses' beliefs, you can literally do anything. And when I say the higher ups, I literally just mean people who have more control over like the masses, or like people in general, like whether they be influencers, whether they be the government.
That's all gone now. That's all been...
The 34 felonies.
So?
Like, these people do qualify as like higher ups. I'm sorry to say it, but like what they say does matter. And this is where the common enemy comes in, because who better to blame for all of this drama than the people who broke almost every single societal, patriarchal, religious view that has ever been out there? Like, who better to blame for the discourse than these people? I mean, come on, it's like we were like a gift. We were like a gift to the higher ups, because like they were like, these are the perfect people to blame. What's wrong with families? Like like it's the queer people. Like, they are clearly responsible for what's wrong with the entire generation, because like there's something wrong with our generation, right? Like, there's something wrong with people not being able to deal with how crazy things were before us, right? And someone had to take the fall for men expressing themselves. Like, God forbid men actually express their emotions like other human beings, right? Because there's something wrong with that. Because men shouldn't, And someone needed to explain why grown-ass men couldn't date young kids anymore. So someone needed to explain why all of a sudden kids literally couldn't be bought by their parents anymore, disguised with a marriage certificate. Like, someone had to explain why there were so much activists all of a sudden, because all of a sudden there were so many activists. Like, they were like, someone had to take the blame for it. And not only that, weren't we responsible for the downfall of the Roman Empire? Yeah, that's what those red pill content creators keep saying, right? We were responsible for the downfall of the Roman Empire. So clearly we are capable of causing all of the issues that these traditional people have been facing within their lives. This is what's wrong with society. This is why society isn't working anymore, because these people exist. These people that counter these beliefs, just because they exist, the old ways aren't working. Because that makes so much sense, right? That makes so much sense, you know? Not to mention the fact that we are responsible for indoctrinating children with our woke inclusive agenda. That's the main one. Oh yeah, because what's that thing that they like to say? Oh, once you involve children, that's when y'all are gonna upset us. Yeah, that's what they say. That's how they say it, right? And the biggest joke of all of this, right, is that they believe that queer people aren't really queer. They believe that we are just straight people pretending to be queer people in order to hurt and take up the space of other genders and other people with other sexualities. Because that makes so much more sense, right? And y'all don't even see the call is coming from inside the house. The call is coming from inside the house because what it is y'all are so hurt, y'all are so deluded that y'all can't believe that there are men that aren't interested in hurting women anymore. Like y'all can't even believe that there are men that aren't attracted to women. Like y'all can't even wrap that around your heads. That's why y'all can't understand simple concepts that exist within the queer community. And y'all don't even see how much the patriarchy has hurt y'all, that y'all can't even believe that other people exist with other beliefs. Like, it's actually crazy if you take a moment, if you really take a moment to think about that. I'm sorry to say it. Like, I'm sorry to say not everybody has a secret agenda to hurt y'all. The jokes continue to write itself because y'all don't even see that the entire discrimination against queer people and the demonization of them in the media is sparked by fear. Like the higher ups, like the influencers, the rich people, the government, all of them, they see how afraid you guys are. They see how easily y'all can be manipulated. And you know what they do? They take advantage of your fear. They made y'all believe that somehow queer people will hurt y'all just by existing. That somehow that y'all will be replaced, like somehow y'all are gonna be replaced, like queer people are gonna take up y'all spaces. Like, that's what y'all have been gaslit into believing. You guys have been gaslit into thinking that that is even a real issue, like that is even a issue to begin with, like with regards to like humanity, that is a moral issue. Like, people have been gaslit into believing that that is a moral issue. But I'm here to tell you that it is not a moral issue. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Which is what this video is about, is the fact that y'all think that our representation is somehow going to indoctrinate your children and pass on our woke agenda. I'm here to tell you. I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this, right? It is not possible for us to indoctrinate your children. Like, I'm sorry, all we can do is validate feelings and emotions that already exist. Like, that's all we can do. All we can do is show them that it is okay to be who they are, to like who they want, and to dress how they want, which again y'all have been gaslit into believing is an actual issue. Like, the fact that y'all can't even grasp that it's not an issue is crazy. I'm here to tell you it's crazy. I'm here to tell you it's crazy. Y'all can fight me. Y'all can fight me all day. All day. Y'all can fight me all day. But like, y'all have been gaslit so badly, and y'all have been fed a lie by the higher ups because they've made you believe, they've literally planted a lie into your head and made you think that somehow suppressing queer people and removing their representation, trying to erase them from like the media, is somehow going to give you control over your children's beliefs. I'm here to tell you that that is not possible. As long as your child has their own brain, they will be able to form their own beliefs and form their own thoughts, and there's nothing you can do about that except guide them. And I'm sorry, but no group of people should be discriminated against or lose rights or literally even be demonized in the media because you haven't validated your kids. And I'm sorry if a random queer character expressing their identity is the only validation towards a kid, whether they be a teenager or an adult, whatever age they be, whatever age they may be. Not to say that I think that sexuality should even be mentioned in kids shows, but if that's the only validation your child has ever gotten, I'm here to tell you that you're doing a bad job. If a queer person speaking about themselves is literally the only validation your child has ever had towards their sexuality, you are doing a bad job. The call is coming from inside the house. And again, nobody should be losing their damn freedoms because y'all don't know how to raise your kids. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I'm looking at y'all religious or over-religious and overly traditional people. Like, y'all want to talk about abominations and everything wrong with queer people, right? Unaliving, raping women, misogyny in general, being sexually active outside of marriages, lies, violence, all sorts of crimes you can think of, kidnapping, all sorts of crimes you can think of in your head, stealing, anything has literally been put in children's shows. I'm talking about kids shows, like young kids shows. But y'all draw the line at a loving couple. Y'all draw the line at two people being happy together. Because God forbid there are two people that love each other in a movie. God forbid there's a happy family. There's an orphan with a happy family. Because y'all are against abortions anyway. So it's so hilarious that y'all are against queer representation in media, but in the same breath, all the inhumane and immoral actions are heavily normalized in kids shows, but y'all choose to be against queer representation in media. I fear y'all look a mess because y'all want to literally lower the age of consent to 9 years old in some countries. Women have less rights than animals in some countries. Bestiality is normalized in kid shows. It's normalized in kid shows. And y'all ban queer movies in your countries because the threat is two people loving each other. That is the real threat to the world, because that makes sense. I feel that makes sense to y'all. Like, y'all are so deluded. I'm so sorry. Y'all look a mess. Y'all look a mess, okay? I hate to tell y'all this, but y'all look a mess. Y'all are against trans people because y'all want all people to somehow have kids. And y'all think, oh, we are stripping away their ability to have children one day. But in the same breath, we can't even solve world hunger, but y'all are concerned about birth rate declining. Like, y'all haven't even solved world hunger. The rich people are fooling y'all. Like, the rich people have y'all in the palm of their hand because y'all don't see how easily y'all can be manipulated. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But all of this demonization of queer people makes no real sense at all. In fact, queer people existing, being in the media, having representation, even taking up space, I'm sorry, but it isn't a real moral issue, and it will not affect humans compared to all of the crime and all of the other things that have been normalized and indoctrinated into your children's beliefs already. Moral of the story is worry about the crime and all of the other horrible things represented in media before you worry about the birth rate declining, because again, y'all haven't solved world hunger to begin with. So leave queer people and what they choose to do with their bodies out of the discussion. Realize that them just existing and being in media has absolutely nothing to do with anything else except their representation. Learn to be an actual parent and validate your children, validate their identities, so that they don't have to seek validation from characters that resonate with them. And demonizing people that don't fit within your belief system doesn't make any sense when you literally engage and uplift. Y'all are first in line for John Wick. Okay, y'all are first in line for vicious, unaliving films and media, but it doesn't make sense because that's also against your beliefs. So demonizing us makes no sense at all. So because you are engaged with all of these things that go against your beliefs, demonizing queer people for not complying to your beliefs makes zero sense, and it will continue to make zero sense until y'all get rid of actual inhumane things that go against your religious beliefs. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe if you want to hear about the next hot topic. If you want to come to fight, I'll see you in the next video.